Matthew 24, verse 29 says, immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened, the moon will not give its light, and then they'll see Jesus coming back. So I'm asking the question there, it's an interesting question. Was it immediately after AD 70 that Jesus came back? I don't think so. So that immediately after, and Mark says the same thing in Mark 13, immediately. That means without any delay, without any interval intervening, immediately after that great tribulation, there'll be heavenly signs, cosmic signs, and then they will see the Son of Man coming. So I can absolutely vouchsafe for the fact that the second coming was not in AD 70. That would be to destroy the word immediately. And if Jesus came back, he's making a very bad job of ruling the world right now, by the way. It's a disaster. The present evil age is under the auspices largely of Satan, who is the god of this present evil age. But wait till Jesus does come back, which couldn't possibly be in the past. And when he does come back in the future, then he will set about putting everything in order, and he will involve you also in fixing the world, because Paul said, don't you know, in 1 Corinthians 6, verse 2, for your notes, don't you know that the world is going to be managed by the saints? Think about that. So you're not going to play a harp in the cloud. That'd be very boring. You're going to fix and manage and put back in order the world that is so terribly disjointed at the present time.
And then at that time,
yes.
So immediately, this is all a sequence of events. It's
Absolutely.
not 2,000, 3,000 years separated from each other.
No.
And then verse 30, at that time, the sign of the Son of Man will appear in heaven. All the tribes of the earth will mourn. They will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. That's not a metaphor. That's from Daniel 7. Daniel 7 is not a metaphor. Daniel 7 is a prophecy of one like a son of man, a glorified human person that Daniel sees, who happens to be Christ, obviously Jesus. That's not a metaphor. That's not a fantasy. That's a prophecy of what I call the end game of Christianity. And then verse 31, and he will send out his angels with a loud trumpet call. They will gather his elect. Who are the elect? Well, the people of God, Christians, in this case, from the four winds, from one end of the heavens to the other. The angels will gather the church, Christians of all races, ethnicities, nationalities. How did AD 70 meet those criteria?